Hi and welcome to this video on Destiny 2. This video is a because why not, because I'm not going to be talking while playing the game, I'm just going to be talking for this first bit and then. But this video is a because why not, because I am going to be making my game, or starting to make my game, tomorrow. I got my PC today, finally. It is the stepping stone. It is easily to be upgraded, or it's easily upgraded because it is a build your own PC, that general thing, to allow it to be constantly upgraded in the future. And the case itself is just fucking gorgeous, so I'm never changing that ever, because unless something happens to the case itself. But the plan is to constantly be able to upgrade this overall PC and make it better and better and better. So tomorrow I'm going to be able to just sink my teeth into game design. This video is covering Destiny 2. This game is gorgeous, but sometimes it glitches here and there. Like, this jump here, I should not have stopped thrusting as fast as I did. I should have been able to cross that tree, which is why I looked up and got very confused and looked around. Like, it's... sometimes things just don't add up. But this video is going to be titled Why I Want to Play with People, because in places where you can't fuck up or you die and then you have to restart the entire thing, those places are where this game just isn't fun playing solo. And this game is not designed to be played solo. This game is designed to be played with at least 2 people. 3 people is the full fire team, the full base fire team, not the raid fire team, but the full base fire team in lore. It is Hunter, Titan, Warlock is the base fire team. But 2 can work for just about anything, like literally anything. Campaigns, not raids, most dungeons, but 2 is like a good overall. I wish I had a friend to play this game with, because the movement and all sorts of things, and I say friend, because I could do the LFG, and I have tried the LFG, but things like that fuck up there. I was trying to have fun. Most LFG people would just laugh at me and be an absolute dick about it. Like, say, why did you try and do that, blah, 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 and not say, that was funny, try it again. Like, not actually, like, say, yeah, that was a good attempt, because movement is the fun thing about Titan. And I've talked about in different videos, so I'm not going to cover that, but all of what you're going to see in this video, and sometimes my glitch magnet can allow things like this, just so you know. I am a very weird individual that allows a lot of fun things to happen, a lot of fun shenanigans, which is why my friends should, and the people that will be ever my friend, are the ones that can just laugh with me when I fuck up, not laugh against me when I fuck up, if that makes any sense. Because that's what I was trying to get to with that first grapple. With all this said, there is a lot of different... Okay. I do not actually finish this mission overall. I believe, to the final boss fight very fast, but I get stuck on that boss fight because I fuck up here and there and just can't actually get it done, which is very sucky because every time I fuck up, I die. And it was actually a lot of falling, which just feels even worse. I don't really die once my builds are up and going. Some of my builds have a rev up, and I'm sorry if you heard my knuckles popping. I do that a lot. I should not have done that on mic. But, what was I going to say? I get to the very end. If I had a person to play with that I could have as like an anchor point. Like, both of us would be an anchor point. When one dies, the other person just stays alive, hides, and then respawns for the other person. Like, that general thing. That is why I just want a extra player, because it would allow so much freedom in how I can play without having to sweat. And I don't like sweating in this game. This game is an experience in the best way. Even in Grandmaster Nightfalls, you don't have to sweat. You don't have to do a lot of different things. Like, for an example, what I am doing, if I remember correctly, this build overall is dabbling into Overload, because I believe Unravel does affect Overload, or I think it's a champion itself, I believe. But the anti-barrier rounds themselves also double into anti-barrier, because it's anti-barrier rounds, but with the Unravel rounds. Like, this build alone does so many different things that you can build with if you know what you're doing. And a lot of this game is just understand what you're doing, and because I'm a Titan main, no one listens to a damn word I say. Like, for an example, swords. In Crotus End, the first encounter in the pitch black darkness, not the first, like, I count each puzzle, each step as an encounter, unlike the typical things where the portal or the drop down and that dark section are one encounter, I believe is how people typically do that. Those two I label as 2 different ones, because first encounter shows it, second encounter shows a different way, and so on and so forth. But that second encounter, you can use a sword, like typical people want to do, a lot more effectively. You don't just swing willy-nilly. The sword has a 180-ish swing radius that will track onto, and I don't know the distance. The distance also does vary here and there depending on your range and which spec specifically, but that lunge if you're moving forward, specifically like always hold W or forward on your joystick to move forward while swinging, so you can guarantee that 180. That 180 in front of you, and I do mean that degree, just like think that cone, or not 180, more smaller than that. I want to say 180, but smaller than that a little bit, because 180 is just a line side by side. It's a little bit smaller, more like a very obtuse cone kind of thing. But in that radius, you can actually, if you have things outside of that radius, it won't track. So you can actually precision cut through all those trails, relatively speaking, to get very far and do very good with that. But you can also intentionally swing at them depending on your role. Like, there's a lot of cool things with that, and people just didn't want to hear that, because people wanted to try that, but they were just swinging willy-nilly. Like, it was easily done if they just understood that one key aspect of how that swing actually works. And like a lot of things in this game, once you understand how it actually works, holy fuck, you can have so much fun and so much precision, so much finesse. Like, the strafe lift here is what I'm using primarily. And this entire section, I'm just going to be using strafe lift to move, with a little bit of diamond lance because of that slam, what it can actually do. But movement, and this is Titan movement. This is not the typical hunter, or this is not the typical movement class, which is hunter. This is Titan, and I'm moving better than I've ever seen any hunter ever be able to do, because of the specifics of the strafe lift, because of how it actually functions. I can do a little bit of to get a little bit of distance, or a big to get a lot of distance, to have that overall flow and finesse with what I'm exactly trying to do, which is absolutely gorgeous, and why it fits Titan so beautifully, because it's meant to be a get in and get out ability, to be able to have absolute finesse with how you're punching, how you're moving. Like here, I move back a little bit and then move forward while thrusting forward, so I can wait and then get in there as it drop down. Like, so much precision with how you can move and how you can do things in this game. Even the gunplay itself is so much precision, which is why some people can just be good with bows, hand cannons, or some other weapon that other people just don't really want to use, and vice versa. Like, there's so many different variety, so much variety in this game. It's amazing. And geometry really matters in this game, which is fucking gorgeous. Even the enemy's geometry, and I know veterans know this, but the fact that you can shoot through the enemy's legs is just gorgeous. Like, the hitboxes in this game are gorgeous most of the time. Some bosses just have very crazy hitboxes to an extent. Like, some of them did. I believe the one that is the most horrible is the Div Raid one. I forget what it's called. Garden of Salvation? I think it's Garden of Salvation. With all that said, I hope y'all actually enjoy this video, because this video is going to be showing off just how I play Destiny and why I would actually really love a player 2. And I don't mean player 2 as in they're only going to be player 2. I can be player 2. It's like we're both semi 1 and 2. We're both the player. Basically, is how I like playing. Even if they've never played the campaign, never done anything, it's their campaign. I'm player 2 now, kind of thing. Like, it's constantly bouncing back and forth, and that's how I like playing things, which is why I don't like doing LFGs, because people typically are just dicks and don't try and communicate about anything and different things like that. But I hope you enjoy.
Sandaresh is creating pluralities within the Vex minds, instigating individuality within her collective.
Until now, each Vex collective was guided by one mind, acting in unison. Maya has turned a collective into a community.
It makes them unpredictable. Our tactics must change accordingly.
Ishtar buildings. Here. Are the Vex establishing facilities as reconstructions of Sundaresh's memories? Taking comfort in the familiar, and forcing the Vex to give her what she needs. Sounds like Maya.
Fidelity test. What did we name our daughter?
What? Maya?
What did we name our daughter?
Where are you? What's going on? Please? Maya!
What did we name our daughter?
Nisa.
Elaborate.
We debated names for weeks. Parthenogenic incubation was moving along fine in the lab. And the collapse. Everything happened so fast, we had to leave.
Answer. Latency beyond acceptable bounds. Degassing examind.
No! Osiris, I read your reports from Neptune. That was Chioma Essie. What did Maya do?
She's searching for something. Using Chioma as a baseline to find our golden age among the simulations.
This is horrific.
I'm afraid this is just the beginning. Sunderesh has amassed a formidable Vex force. For now, we can only delay her plans.
Guardian, take this opportunity to strike.
I didn't actually say this at the very beginning because it didn't really matter, but this is my second attempt going through this, and the first attempt I got here too and did generally the same thing, where I died to gravity more than the enemies, which is just bullshit. But with all that said and done, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you on the next one.